heck is wrong with you? Why are you here now?
Just to give you these flowers.
Emma was burning in anger after hearing that Kristen had replaced her in her own job. She could have even killed Robert Erickson with her mere eyes. But somehow, seeing him standing with flowers for her melted her heart. Her anger just disappeared, and without a second thought, she hugged him and cried, and Robert knew something was off. Thanks. No, I can't be saying all this to you. Why did you even come when I just needed a shoulder? Emma started to walk away. Robert followed her and kept asking her if she was okay, but she wouldn't say a word.
As it got something to do with the Meyer family. I actually got to know that you're the illegitimate daughter they don't talk about.
Oh, so you do? So you investigated all about me. Good. So what now? You want to know what's wrong with me? I've worked hard my entire life, staying up all night studying and working my ass off, and this principal just replaced me with Kristen to teach at the school. I'm so not gonna let them be. Saying that, Emma walked fast and far away from Robert. Back at her home, she got a call from Ted apologizing. Actually, it's all right, Ted. Shall we talk about this tomorrow at the canteen? Please bring Kristen along. You asked to replace me, didn't you, Kristen? My grades were always better than yours, and yet she chose you over me. Interesting.
So it was you, Kristen? Why?
Forget it! Ted, do you want to go watch a movie with me? I'm kind of bored. Emma pulled Ted up from the seat and they both started to walk away. Until Kristen ran after them angrily and pulled Emma away from him.
Why do you always have to come between us? I'm pregnant with his child and you...
As she was talking, she pretended to be holding Emma's hand and suddenly fell down on the ground. She started bleeding from under there. Soon, the ground and her dress got covered with blood. Kristen started to cry and pointed her finger at Emma.
Emma pushed me.
Emma froze for a second. What on earth was happening? Kristen was willing to sacrifice her own baby just to blame Emma? How could she stoop so low?
She murdered my baby. Get her away from me. Go away, Emma, you witch.
Emma, you really shouldn't be here.
Ted, you don't have to believe me, but I want to talk to Kristen alone. Just a few minutes. Please wait outside. Seeing Ted leave without another word burned Kristen even more. She screamed and challenged Emma openly that Ted could never be hers.
Yes, I planned for it. I killed the baby. It was already doomed from the beginning anyway. Ted doesn't want it, neither does the principal, so it's only fair I use this abortion as a chance to replace you in this relationship. Emma, what do you say?
You are such a horrible woman. I can't believe we were friends back then. Emma walked out angrily. As soon as she saw Ted outside, she pulled out a tape recorder and played whatever she recorded inside Kristen's room. Ted just couldn't believe himself. Later, Emma went home and called Robert Erickson. You told me you could help me around school stuff sometime, right? Because you're friends with the principal?
Yes, I remember telling you that.
Well, I might need some of that. How about I buy you dinner tonight? What do you want to eat?
Why don't you cook something for me? Listen, I have a meeting now, but I'll be at your place by 7.
Both seemed to laugh and have fun at dinner. That's when Robert made a joke and told her to give love another chance, as not all rich men are cheaters. Emma laughed at this, and Robert didn't understand why. In fact, I know about you and Jennifer. You slept with your own sister-in-law, and then you also slept with me. That's a way to say another chance.
That's different, Emma. I met her first, before my brother.
Emma noticed that Robert's mood and tone suddenly changed, and there was complete silence between them. The next morning, Emma got a call from her friend Carrie. She told her that Kristen's qualifications had been removed and replaced by Emma again. Emma knew it must have been Robert who had talked to the principal. It had to be him. She dialed his number, and he picked up her call, even in the middle of a meeting. Thank you, Robert. I got the news that my name's back there on the qualification list. I know it's you. Thanks. Really.
Thanks won't do. Have lunch with me today.
Later that day, Emma asked Carrie to help her pick a gift for her brother. She was actually getting a gift for Robert, and hence felt terrible for lying to Carrie, but she knew she couldn't let her know about Robert yet. After they were done shopping, Ted showed up angrily.
My mom said that Robert Erickson called her and... leave it. Is he the guy you slept with? It's him, isn't it? You're such a characterless woman. You've no shame at all.
I'm characterless? After you slept with my best friend? Really? You're so funny.
He's gonna break your heart, Emma. Mark my words today. You left me, and now you're sleeping with a rich, powerful man, huh?
Saying that, Ted just left, but his last words made Emma delve into deep thoughts. Later that night, Emma showed up for dinner with Robert. As he ordered some drinks and food, Emma pulled out a box for him. I know you don't lack anything in life, but I got a little something for you. Robert was touched. He had never received gifts from a woman before. When he opened the box, he saw it was a pen, and Robert Thank You was engraved onto it.
I love it. I'm going to use it every day. By the way, I've got an offer for you. My company is looking for a temporary lecturer. How about you fill in the position?
What? Lecturer at a huge company like yours? Why? I mean, aren't there a lot of people who are much more qualified than I am?
But you're smart. Besides, you can come to work and also bring lunch for me every day.
Wow! Is there anything else you want me to do?
Yes. Marry me.
You're kidding, right? But Robert looked pretty serious. After a few drinks, Emma asked Robert why he liked her in particular, while he was powerful enough to have any woman he wanted in life.
I just like to spend time with you, Emma.
Emma smiled and happily accepted Robert's job offer and joined the office the next day. She was on time, working hard, and everyone was already impressed with her. Even when Robert called her to go meet him, she said she had a lot of work and that she couldn't leave them all to run to him. This made Robert frustrated and angry. He thought she shouldn't be working so hard.
The manager who is handling the lecturers. I want him in the South Department. Now, get him transferred ASAP.
He hung up the call, and within 15 minutes, Emma walked in and through his cabin door. Do you know how secretly I had to come in here, making sure no one saw me? People will start thinking we're having a secret affair if they see us together often in your room.
A secret affair? I like the idea. Let's make it real.
Was Robert just joking, or was he really serious about starting a secret relationship with Emma? Later in the evening, when Emma reached home, she found Jack waiting for her outside her house. He smiled and hugged her.
I heard that your thesis went well. Congratulations, sister. Come, let me treat you.
Thanks. But it's all right, you don't have to.
Come on, I insist.
Then they drove to a fancy restaurant. They were talking and having fun when suddenly, Jack spotted his dad and mom at the very restaurant. They walked straight up to him and Emma.
What on earth is wrong with you, Jack? What are you doing here with this characterless woman? Her mother destroyed our family, and don't forget that she's the reason Robert Erickson is after our company.
Don't say a word about my mother. I won't tolerate that.
I hope your exams went well.
Stop pretending like you care for me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go home. She took a taxi and left. On her way back home, she called Robert, but he didn't answer. So she called Carrie instead and asked her to come and have some drinks with her. Soon, they got pretty drunk. When Robert later dialed her back, Carrie answered the call and told him that Emma's too drunk to talk. In a few minutes, Robert reached the bar and saw Emma. I want this and this. And that too.
Here's my card. Take it and give her whatever she wants.
When Carrie saw Robert, she was pretty shocked. She thought maybe Robert was the half-brother Emma talked about, and she left. Robert took Emma home, and she threw up twice. Once, all over Robert. When they reached home, Robert cleaned her up himself. Mom, why did you leave me here with these terrible people? The Meyer family is horrible. Please, take me with you. Mom, Meyer family is so... I miss you, Mom. She then hugged Robert so tight and refused to let him go. Robert didn't protest and heard Emma talk about her mom all night. He felt sorry for Emma. He couldn't deny the fact that he had a soft spot for her and that he just wants to do right by her. He kissed Emma as she fell asleep in his arms. What the hell happened? Why am I here? How did I...
You're up? Great. Let's get ready and get going.
Go where?
To get married. You kept asking me to marry you last night. 499 times.
Emma was so confused. The last thing she remembered was that she was drinking with Carrie at a bar. How could she have ended up in Robert's bed? Robert explained to her that she called him and asked him to come and take her home, but she claimed to have remembered nothing. Drunk or sober, I don't intend on marrying you, Robert. Never.
Do you have two personalities? Sometimes you want to marry me and sometimes you don't. Anyway, did the Meyer family upset you again last night? You were saying something about them.
Let it be. Are you trying to cause me any trouble?
Maybe. Maybe not. Why don't you marry me and we can destroy that family together?
Emma smiled and looked at him like he was joking. Meanwhile, Robert was literally fascinated by this woman. He just couldn't seem to stay away from her. I'm getting late for work. I need to go.
You can go to work with me. Also, don't you want to know what else you did last night?
What else? Did we... Oh my god, did we do something that we shouldn't have?
No. I'm a man of morals. I stopped right before the last step.
Before the last step? So, something really did happen. Emma was embarrassed of herself. Why did she have to do something horrible every time she got drunk? But this time, she felt a relief knowing that it was Robert and not someone else. After Emma cleaned herself up, the duo headed to the office. Emma asked Robert to drop her a few yards away from the office and then jogged her way up there. She didn't want the other employees to see her together with their boss. But as she walked in, she was shocked to see everyone was already there. She even heard a few girls talking about how rich Emma might be. While all Emma knew was Robert got that dress for her, so it might be expensive.
So, what brings a rich woman like you to work? I'm sure your dad is loaded with money. You're wearing a dress worth $110,000 casually for work after all.
What? No, you're mistaken. I've got everything but money. Believe me, this dress is a fake. They didn't believe her, though. A little later, Emma accidentally bumped into an old employee named Karen, who threw hot water all over her. Ah! Ouch!
Oh, I'm sorry.
You seem to have intentionally thrown the water at me. Why? But Karen wouldn't accept that it was intentional. Emma ran to check herself in the washroom only to find that she had gotten bruises all over her stomach. The manager asked her to go to the emergency room, and Karen wasn't pleased.
You're such a delicate baby, aren't you? First you blame me for planning this, and now you must be an attention seeker.
Emma didn't want to make a fuss and decided to ignore her. She went to the emergency room, and a few minutes later, Robert walked in. He looked worried and asked the doctor to explain the scenario.
Why didn't you call me? Tell me what happened.
It's okay. Karen Thompson bumped into me, and she had a glass of hot water in her hand. It's okay. She apologized, and it was probably a mistake.
Apologized? You let her just leave with a sorry?
Okay, now, know the truth. She did it on purpose, and no, she did not apologize. Robert was confused. He took Emma to his home after she got treated. I should go to my house. Thanks. Also, I found out that the dress you gave me was too expensive. Sorry I spoiled it.
Don't be sorry. Take some rest. You can leave when you're feeling better, okay? I'm heading back to the office now.
Robert was back in his office thinking. He had no idea who Karen Thompson was and why she intended on hurting Emma. There must be a reason. He remembered Emma saying that only one female colleague took her side while the entire team was on Karen's side. With Robert's quick action, that female employee walked into Robert's office in just a few minutes.
May I come in, Mr. Erickson?
Tell me everything that happened to your colleague Emma. Don't be scared.
I don't know. I just saw that Emma and Karen bumped into each other and Karen poured hot water on her, leaving Emma with bruises.
Do you think it was intended? I heard you took Emma's side. Why?
Because Karen is a bully. I'll tell you what happened. Karen is the general manager's lover, but he has many other lovers. When Emma walked in wearing that expensive Manhattan dress today, everyone thought Emma must be the manager's new lover. So Karen, out of jealousy, might have hurt Emma.
After hearing everything, Robert asked her to find proof against Karen and let her go. Back at Emma's house, Emma found Jack waiting for her outside.
Emma, I was so worried. I'm so sorry about last night.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault. Jack opened his mouth to say something, but stopped when he saw a man walking towards them. It was Robert. He was annoyed, to say the least.
Why are you here?
It's good to see you too, Meyer. How are you feeling now, Emma?
Emma nodded as she felt the tension between the two men.
Emma, go upstairs.
Mr. Meyer, it's not appropriate to order Emma like that. She knows what to do.
You don't get to tell me what I do and what not. It's none of your business.
Well, when you're talking to the girl I like, it is my business. After all, when we get married, I can't have you talk to my wife like that.
What did Robert just say? Get married? Jack was shocked, and so was Emma.
What is the meaning of all this, Emma?
Brother, I'm tired. I can't do this now. Bye. An upset Jack left the place while Emma headed into her apartment, followed by Robert. Why are you still here? Leave, please. However, Robert didn't budge. He somehow saw how Emma had saved his number as Villa Tutoring Boss on her phone, and he wasn't pleased. He wanted to know if it was just him or if she had saved everyone's number like that. Give me my phone.
You have saved Jack's number as Big Brother from a rich family. That's no better than mine.
If you're done laughing, you can head out. I want to rest now.
What kind of a guy would leave his future wife alone when she's unwell?
Future wife? Really? Are we still doing this? I told you, I'm never gonna...
Yeah. I know how it goes, but look, we're already fighting like a married couple.
Emma was in no mood to argue with him. So she just went into the kitchen, brought back 2 bowls of noodles, and placed them on the table.
What is it? What do you want to say?
Emma looked at Robert stunned. How does he always know? Emma thought. Are you really targeting the Meyer family?
Yes. Ericksons and Myers have never known to be good friends. I've disliked them all my life.
But both families have never interfered with each other before. So why now? Why are you attacking them now?
Truth be told, the reason is you.
Emma remained quiet. Was he really doing it for her? But why? Soon after he finished, he left. The next morning, when Emma reached the office, Karen was ready for her.
Ugh, this world is filled with lazy people. If a little water can give you a day off, then somebody please spill some water on me. I don't want to work today.
Karen, these were the invoices from my doctor yesterday. Since you spilled the hot coffee on me, I thought it was only fair that you pay the fee.
Are you out of your mind? Why on earth would I pay your doctor's fee?
I'm being generous by not asking you to compensate for the money for the dress you ruined yesterday. It was from Manhattan.
I won't pay for anything. You deserved it.
Karen!
Ugh! What is wrong with you? You burned me!
Geez, stop being such a drama queen. It wasn't even that hot. Plus, you asked for it. Everyone heard you begging for someone to spill water on you. I just helped you, and you're cursing me. Soon, the manager came in and asked both Karen and Emma to resolve their issues among themselves. Then he announced Joe as the new head of the training department. Emma congratulated Joe, while Karen was not having it at all. At lunch, Joe asked Emma to eat with her. Emma knew that Robert was waiting to have lunch with her, but she still agreed to go with Joe, and soon after, ran discreetly into Robert's office. I'm sorry, a colleague asked me to have lunch with her, and I couldn't say no. I've made chili chicken and veggies for you today. It's my specialty. Try it. What do we do now? Do I hide?
Let me think. I've got an idea, but I'll only tell you if you give me a kiss.
Ugh, this man. Robert asked Emma to go to the lounge and stay there until the person left. It was Robert's private secretary who brought some papers for Robert to sign. As she was about to leave, she heard a phone call ring in the lounge, but within a second, the ringing stopped.
Take the papers to the finance department.
Why? Why does it always happen to me? This is only the second time I've come to deliver your lunch and somebody already knows.
She can keep a secret. Don't panic.
Emma soon leaves and goes to her desk, where she finds out that Joe is throwing a promotion party to everyone. After the office, they all go to the restaurant where Joe sits next to Emma.
You know, I've been wanting to thank you. You're my lucky star.
Me? What did I do?
Well, if I tell you, promise me that you'll keep it a secret. I got promoted because of you. I don't know what's your relationship with Mr. Erickson, but he called me, and because I sided with you, he gave me what I deserved.
Emma couldn't believe her ears. Robert really did that for her?
In the future, if you need any help at work, you know where to find me.
Soon after the party ended, Emma was trying to book a cab when a car stopped in front of her. When the glasses were rolled down, Emma could see a guy from her office.
Hey, Emma, hop in. I'll drop you home. You won't get a cab here at this hour.
No, really, I don't want to cause you any trouble.
Come on, I can't leave you here all alone at night. Get in.
Emma finally got in the car and Steven started to drive. Emma was not in the mood to talk and all she wanted was to get home soon. But Steven had other plans.
So, Emma, how do you like it at work? Do you know who I am?
I like work. And no, I don't really know you, but I've seen you at work.
I'm Steven Jackson, and I'm the team leader of the training department. I'm 29 years old, and I'm really looking for someone great to date. Do you have a boyfriend, Emma?
Emma felt uncomfortable at this question and decided to lie. Yes, from my university.
Of course. People must really be fighting to date such a beauty, huh?
When Emma didn't say anything, Steven started talking again. I live right here. Thanks for dropping me home. Good night.
I can't wait for you to be single so that I can try to win you. Good night.
Emma was so scared because of this confession made by a man she just met minutes ago that she ran to her home without noticing Robert's car parked nearby.
It's me, Robert. Open the door.
Why are you here? You don't have to come see me every day.
You left your lunchbox at my office. I came here to return it. But what's with that attitude? Where were you, though? You were unusually late for home.
Thanks to you, Jo was promoted, and she threw us all a party.
Oh, yeah, she deserved it.
I guess we agreed that no one has to know, but...
I'm really hungry. I was waiting for you to cook dinner for the two of us, but it seems you've already eaten. Can you cook something for me, though? By the way, I don't want you to smile at other men.
Emma comes out of the kitchen and gives a weird look to Robert.
That's the look you should be giving to other men. This scary look will help you keep them away.
I don't want you to do this anymore. It's not appropriate for you to come to my home for meals.
Why do you think so?
You and I are not the same. You're a billionaire. You have everything in your life. Why do you bother to leave your mansion and come here to eat at my small home?
Maybe because I'm merely human, and I want company too. I desire love and care as much as others. I always thought that you would understand me, but never mind.
Emma felt heavy in her chest as Robert finished the sentence. Why does she have to be so rude all the time? She thought to herself. Where are you going?
I'm doing what's appropriate for you, leaving.
As soon as Robert walked out, Emma started to feel guilty. She went to the kitchen to do the dishes, but all she could think about was Robert. Did she really hurt him? Of course she did. Those words were hurtful. Without another thought, she went running downstairs, only to find Robert's car still parked. She quickly got in the passenger seat. I'm sorry. I was so rude. I don't know what was going on in my mind. I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I know.
You know? Then why did you leave like that?
Leave? I was waiting for you to come here and apologize. Now that you have, I'm gonna take you for a long drive.
What? No. Before Emma could protest, Robert drove her to the beachside. Emma had once told Robert that the beachside was magical and that she always felt better when she went there. They spent some time there before Robert dropped her home. The next day at work, Steven wouldn't leave Emma alone. He would come to her from time to time just to ask her silly things.
Would the beautiful Emma like to have lunch with me?
No, I've brought my own lunch and I like to eat alone.
Are you trying to flirt with Emma? Let me tell you, she already has someone.
As long as she isn't married, I've still got a chance. I'm just trying to shoot my shot, Joe. Chill.
Emma entered Robert's office for their usual lunch date, but instead of Robert, his private secretary Barb was inside.
I've seen her somewhere. Wait, isn't she the Miss Green that Mr. Erickson asked me to look up? I wonder what she is doing here.
Oh, no. Why is this happening to me? Nobody can find out about me and Robert. Where the hell is he? Why didn't he warn me about this woman here? Emma was petrified and couldn't utter a word while Barb continued to stare at her. Will Barb keep Emma and Robert's relationship a secret? Or will she cause trouble for Emma? How will Emma's colleagues react if the truth comes out?
Hi, Emma here. Hope you are loving Cupid's curse.
Keep following us as we release a new episode of Season 1 daily on YouTube. You can jump the queue and unlock all seasons of the audio series by installing the Pocket FM app now. Just click on the link in the description.